Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry for the last video, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm still new to this, so please forgive me. All the products for my last tutorial, by the way, were listed in the description box if you didn't quite catch them in the Get Ready With Me. I was just winging it, and today we're going to be focusing on the brows. I'm sure you've seen from the title of the video, and I'm going to show you guys what products I use and what brushes I use, and I'm going to talk you through step by step on how I achieve my brows. Brows are a very personal preference, so if you don't like the way I do them or you do them differently and you're happy with it, then stick with it. And brows are a very personal preference. So anyway, let's jump right into the tutorial and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. So guys, as I said in the intro, this is going to be a brow tutorial. So when I'm doing my makeup routine, I always start with my brows first. Brows are a tricky subject because they're very personal preference, and there's many different products you can use to create your perfect brow. Again, it depends on whether you like a more natural brow, whether you like a bolder brow, what products you're comfortable using. I work with many different makeup artists. Some prefer cream, some prefer powder, some prefer pencils. So you can have creams, powders or pencils. Either way will get you to create the perfect brow. Today we're going to be talking about my technique. It's not necessarily you don't have to use these products or you don't have to use this technique. This is just the way I do them and the way I like them. It may not be for everyone, and if you're happy with your own brow routine, then stick with it. Why change it? So the first thing we're going to talk about is brushes. 4 brushes to create my brow. The first one, 2 of them are the same actually. 4 brushes is excessive. Nobody needs to use 4 brushes to do their brows. I only use 4 because I'm a makeup artist and I've accumulated a lot of brushes over my years of working, and like, you have to remember this is my job, so I've got lots of them. So I'm just going to show you the brushes I'm talking about. They're the 317 from Zoeva, and they're very sharp. They have a good sharp point in them. They're very thin. I like these brushes because they're really precise. You can get right up into your brow and sketch it out. The reason why I use 2 is because I start off with a cream product and then I set it with my powder product. That's why I've got 2. Then to clean up my eyebrows, I use a different angle brush. And this one is from a ABH Cosmetics set, and it's just an angle brush. Any angle brush will do, and I use this to carve out under the brow and clean it up with concealer. If I've made any mistakes or if I've any stray hairs under the brow, this is what I use to clean that up and give myself the perfect brow. And the last brush I use to blend out that concealer, we don't want any lines, so the last brush I use is the Zoeva Buffer brush. It looks like this, and it's 142, and I use that to buff out. Now I'm going to show you what I routinely use. I'm going to zoom you guys in. So the first product I use in my brow routine is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Paint Pot, and it's in the colour Ebony. Disclaimer, please try to forget the colour of my body to my face. I'm going away this weekend and I fake tanned last night and I haven't washed it off yet. So I'm looking a bit dark, but let's move past that. So this is a cream product and it looks like this. This can dry up, so that's where my Ingot Duraline comes in. That's what I would use. I just put 1 dot of that in here and it revitalizes my product. I don't have to throw it out. When it dries up I can still use it. And I use that for the Ingot Duraline's brilliant. It retails at about £8, and you can put it in your paint pots as well, or eyeshadow bases and gel liners, anything like that there to revitalise cream products. That's the whole use of it. And I that's what I use when I need to thing. So I'm gonna take a teeny bit of this on my brush. With this product, less is more. Your brows can get very strong very quickly. I try to go light-handed with it. I'm blessed with big brows already, so let me talk you guys through what I do. So I'm just gonna zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? So I'm taking my product and I'm starting in the middle of the brow and I'm drawing a line. I like to extend the tail of my brow. Again, personal preference if you want to do that. I just like doing it. Then I'm going back up to the middle of the brow, to the top of the brow, and I'm carving out my arch. With like a little gapage here, which we want to fill in. So I'm just going to fill that in quickly. Now I'm not touching the front of my brow yet. I'm going to go to the front of my brow now without adding any extra product, and I'm going to line underneath it very gently. And then I'm just going to do flick upwards motions. To make my hairs look more natural at the front. Your eyebrow is supposed to be like an ombre effect, so it starts off light and goes to dark. So where your pupil is about where your arch should be. If you don't have a good shape.
Oh, just got that pomade on my head.
Right, so that's the way the brow is looking so far. So I'm just going to go in with my next product now. So I'm switching brushes too. I'm only doing that because I don't want to put powder on my cream brush. It doesn't really matter though. We just have to put a cream on our eyebrows. So as with your foundation, your concealer, once you put a cream product down your face, you have to set it with a powder to lock it in, or else it will just slip and slide everywhere and you won't be getting the best wearing effect on it. So I'm going to switch up brushes now. Same brush but different product. The product I'm using is Collection Eyebrow Kit in the shade Blonde. I get it in the shade Blonde because the brunette one's really, really dark and I don't need a lot of colour added into my eyebrows because I've got a lot of colour there already. So it comes with 3 shades like this. So I use this shade and this shade to darken out the end of my brow, and I use this one for the inner part of my brow to give that ombre effect. So I'm just gonna try and get this in shot. And this is just setting our cream product, okay? Now I'm going into the lighter shade. And again, we're at the front of the brow, so we're doing flickwards up. So that's what our brow is looking like right now. So this is one brow done and this one is not done. Okay? If you make any mistakes in your eyebrows, you know, you can fix it up with concealer, so I wouldn't be too worried. I always clean up my brows with concealer. It gives a much sharper look and it makes them look more stand out, and I just prefer it that way. The concealer I use is Makeup Studio and it is in the shade 1, if you guys can see, and it looks like this. Now I use this to carve out my brows. I absolutely love it. It retails at about £10, but all the products will be listed down below in the description box if you want to see any of them. This retails at about £10. If you're on a budget and that's too expensive for you, I use this every day. This is part of my routine. If you are on a budget, I do have an alternative, and this is my alternative. And this is the Rimmel, turn it the right way around, Lasting Perfection, and it is in the shade 010 Porcelain. And it looks like this. It's quite similar to they're quite similar. They're both light, they're both the lightest versions. This one, the Rimmel one, I can find to be a little bit drier than the Makeup Studio, but it's a fiver if you're on a budget, you know. Now I'm taking my angle brush, the BH Cosmetics brush. Looks like this. And I'm just going to pick up some of our product. So I'm just gonna get some on the brush. And we're gonna line right underneath the brow. Line underneath the brow. I like to line on top of the brow as well. It's personal preference. I'm not touching the front of the brow there though, because I want that to stay quite natural. I'm sorry about my phone. My friend is texting me. So that's what our brow's looking like at the minute. Then this is where your buffer brush comes in. Now you really need to make sure that you're working this out. Blending it out. We don't want any lines or streaks, and we don't want any of that, so I'm just gonna blend. This technique where the concealer is underneath the brow and above the brow, my clients love this technique. I've done it on so many of them, or I've done it on all of them, and it just cleans up stray hairs. It's great for if you're in between your waxing or your threading and you've got a few stray hairs to clean up, or you have an occasion. It's brilliant for that. I love it for that, so I just blend. That basically, guys, is my brow routine. So this is the brow that's not done, and this is the done brow. So I'm just gonna jump off camera right now and do my base and fill in my other brow, and I'll be right back to you guys. Hi guys, and welcome back. I just finished my full face tour there, and I just wanted to come back on and say thank you for watching, and I hope this video has helped you out, and if it has, please let me know down in the comments, please. All the products listed will be, all the products used will be listed in the description box down below, and also my social media links if you want to follow me on there. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Please send me some video requests down below in the comments section on what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye!